for how long? 3 years. Yeah. Fluent. I send her stuff now, not Jennifer. Anyway. Okay, read through this.
That is awesome. Well, if there is ever any way, I mean, you probably know we live in Japan House. We wouldn't exist if it weren't for South
different from
So
modern Kimono.
if there's ever anything that can help you that we can do, just
This is all done by hand, of course. It's hand dyed, hand embroidered.
Is that real gold?
I was just gonna say, yep.
It's real
All
gold.
gold. So the golden threads are wrapped in gold foil.
I've been trying really hard to make.
Yep, this would be worn.
Who wore this? Like,
Probably either, and that's a really good samurai, or potentially a very
Absolutely.
wealthy merchant.
in fact, do
Towards
you,
the middle of the
what is
Edo
the period?
period, the classes started to get a
Do you
little
have a business
bit,
plan? Or should I even?
Do you even have business
a little
cards?
more watered
Japan
down.
House of
You
Illinois.
could say,
Okay.
And then we'll get you her.
yeah, that would be perfect.
Yeah,
Because
we'll send
Tokugawa
this.
shogunate,
If
Or we could just
Tokugawa
send you
family
her
ruled
when we
Japan
get home. I'll
from
send it to you.
1603
Because
to about the
if it helps
1860s.
get the mind breaks going.
And what the Tokugawa clan decided to
something
do
that we did
in order
this past
to
summer, we were cultural
try to stop
content
the
sponsors of
constant
Expo.
wars
So we
that
did
were
a virtual
going on
exhibition. We
in
had Tiffany
Japan.
modeling Demon Slayer
They
pieces.
decided
We
that
also did an educational
they were going to
panel
start
for
a
them
new
about
capital
motifs
in
Kimono,
Edo,
and we
which is now
used
Tokyo.
Demon Slayer as
that was
as kind of
far
the entry
away
point for
from the
them.
other capitals,
So if you want to
which
get
were
an
in
idea of some of the
Soso
stuff
and
we've done
Nara,
before,
and
I can
it
send
kind of
you
moved
guys
around a
those
little
links so you
bit.
can watch it. If
It was
gets
always
ideas
Western
from great.
Japan.
If you want to do something
Okay.
completely
So they
different, that's
started
fine.
One of the business cards
making
for me
all of
has
the
this,
nobles
Yes.
of
yeah,
each
I'll
fief
do that one.
Yeah, if you could,
keep
yes.
their primary wife and
as-
firstborn son
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Edo,
Absolutely. So
and
anything
they
we can do
required
to help,
them
I would love it.
to
Definitely
visit
think you
Edo
guys
once a
could
year.
work together.
Yeah.
So even if
And
they
I already
didn't
told them
live
about
there
our 2-day festival. They're
permanently,
coming down. I
they
know
had
it, I
to
know it, I
be
know it.
So you just have to remind me
Along
of the
the
dates. If I have
way,
it in my computer and
between
my phone,
each
then it'll
fief
I think Terry put it
and
in her
Edo,
phone.
these towns
then it
that
means
were
it
on
will
those
happen.
Got
roads,
one
they
of you
were
put it in the phone.
poor
Excellent.
towns, you know, they were
September,
just
2
like
days.
little villagers, whatever.
Yes.
But
Perfect.
if you have nobles that are constantly
Well,
going
when
through
did
your
you
town,
definitely-
well,
Cheers, good sign.
they need their
Thank you.
horses,
Yeah, from the
have
center.
horseshoes, they need to have their
I
carriages
definitely want you
fixed.
guys to meet.
They need to
This
have,
has
you
been
know,
a huge
they need to
asset.
feed their
And,
people, they need to
this
stay
is
at a hotel
handling
for the
all of our
night,
classes.
blah, blah, blah.
That is
So these
awesome.
towns got richer and richer and
I'm
richer.
excited for you guys. This is
And the
fantastic.
nobles
They expanded
got
really,
poorer and poorer
like
and
you
poorer.
guys.
And that meant that they couldn't start wars
Expand.
because they were too busy going back and forth, their fiefs, and then Edo. So the nobles, as they
I
got
love how
poorer, the
you don't have your tall
merchants
shoes
got
on there, I
wealthier.
can tell.
And so over time, especially getting towards the mid to the
You don't have to
Edo
walk around like
period,
this all day.
the merchants
I
started to
wore
get
heels in the parade a couple months
nicer
ago.
and
I know,
nicer
my
and
feet took
nicer.
2 days.
And so
6-inch
sometimes the
stilettos.
merchants
2
are
days
better
for my feet to
dressed
come down.
than the nobles. Which
Those
is
are for
why
flowers.
it's a little hard to be
Yeah.
completely sure if this was worn by, for example, a samurai wife or by a very wealthy noble.
Of course.
We're not sure. It doesn't have dresses.
The whole thing.
Yeah, it's amazing. Oh yeah, and I fantastic.
I have. What do you want? How much you have it? And I looked at one and I was like, sir,
my heart, you know, things that my
I want you to serve me
grandfather
company.
and
He was like, you're right.
Yeah, we're such a young country.
Looking at you like
I have a bowl of
Yeah.
that is 100 years old in good shape.
Yeah.
That is still, I think.
Oh, I know.
Let me see that Terry
I
here real
mean, you
quick.
want to see something else?
Hey, Terry.
Yep.
Can we steal you for 1 moment, please?
No, you gotta give me 1 second. So this piece here.
And so
is-
Sato Sensei can get going.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. Sorry, yes.
No, no, priority interrupt. Yes. All right.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, no,
We gotta drive down champagne tonight.
There's
With our
only
88-year-old
one
sensei in Japan right now,
We're
yeah.
very glad he
We
came.
wanted these two to meet. We wanted you to meet Lindsay Stewart. He's our new, yeah.
Thank you for coming. Of course, thank you for having me.
We are going to do things
All right.
together and make things happen.
Educational things. We'll do fun things. We can educate each other. We'll do fun things, right? Right, kids at home? You guys come down to the festival too. I know you'll be there. You'll be there.
Oh, yeah. If I can get up.
You'll be on loading.
Tell the people at home to be there too.
Be there.
Where?
City, Japan House in
Join us.
September.
Join
Yes.
Love to have you guys.
Japan House?
Japan
Yeah.
House if you will buy.
Yeah.
Through Demon Slayer.
earlier about kimono. So it's kind of our
So good to
jam.
see you.
Good to see you too.
Always as lovely as you always are. Next time, I want to know what the hair is before I get here, so I know it's you.
Well, I think stuff.
Oh yeah.
I teach a manga class in the fall.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm out of E, so. E ran out. That's what I said, I'm out of E. I'm out of E.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's next year, so you have time. Here, check this out. I think this is really cool.
Yeah, just shoot me an email. We're here. We're here. Yeah. I want to have a good time. I won't have these on. That'll be.
Oh, wow, that's a hike.
Oh, it's the other one. Easy enough. Lovely. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Lovely rest of your evening.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming.
But there's no cutting or stitching, sewing involved. It's just a different method of tying. Yeah.
And we also
There's
really
everything
like
from
iron.
light cotton, summer yukata.
Which is actually technically what I'm wearing, thank God,
Right.
because it's hot in here.
I gave one of those to my dad just to wear around the house.
Yeah.
And he's as Scandinavian European as you can get, and he wears that randomly around the house then just to stay comfy.
And then on the other end of things, you have, a double layer silk. It's constructed the same way. And then, actually, if I can use you for a second, Sam, then we also have, a single layer unlined here. There's a second garment under here called the juban, but it's not attached. But then this is a wool blend on top of it. Yeah. Yeah. But they can be made from any combination of fibers. So,
But natural fibers.
natural fibers, but they are really experimenting with synthetics. And believe it or not, they started experimenting with synthetics even back in the tight show era, believe it or not. So around like the 1920s and everything. Because they had all of these cool new fibers coming in from Germany. They had dyes coming in from Germany that they had never had before. So when you have like the really electric purples and everything, it's like, oh yeah, German chemical dyes. Okay, that's what that one is, But it's interesting to see how that ends up influencing the garment and how that kind of bit of fashion came together. So, yeah. It's cool. Typically, yeah, but it's funny because
Different styles and
if you're
widths and types.
If you're in Kyoto, then yeah, but like now in Tokyo, like for the past I'll say probably 5 years or so, people have been playing with it quite a bit. Whereas now in Kyoto, ironically enough, the kind of the cultural capital, so you would think people doing it very specifically and very traditionally. Every time, before the pandemic, every time Terry and I would go over there, we would see people walking the streets of Kyoto in yukata, but then they would have a summer weight Nagoya obi on top of it. And some of them would have the full-on taiko that are like with the full so razor sharp you could cut yourself on, and it's like, but you're wearing a yukata, so I mean, even they're playing with it, which is just, it's so cool to see. So, yeah, it's just, it seems like a very rigid garment, but within that rigidity, with how it's constructed, there's so much versatility in how you can wear it and what you can do with it. So,
Can we see your outfit on the live stream?
oh yeah, hi. This is Sherry, and I did a big bow because I like big bows.
Big bow.
And I cannot lie. And actually for today, since we were just talking about different types of obi, so the type of obi that I'm wearing with this is actually called a fukuro obi. So you would actually wear this type of obi with a far more formal garment than a yukata. You would wear it, you know, maybe not the same color, obviously, but you would wear it with something more like what Tangerine Ant is wearing, as opposed to what I'm wearing. So I'm combining something really formal with something really kind of informal to kind of like even the sands between the two and to be a little bit fashion forward with it. So, you know, kimono, they're meant for playing. You can play with it. And it's fun.
Yay.
Yay! Thank you for joining us on the live stream. Yeah.
Well, kimono means things to wear.
It does.
It's not.
Sorry, I like to
wear this every day. Not this, but
It depends on how much coffee I've had. I'll be real with you. Depends on how early I've gotten up and how much coffee I've had. If it's one of those days where I know I have a really super crazy day and haven't gotten a lot of sleep and I don't have a lot of coffee, I'll cheat and I'll come in sweats. but there are other days where we do
this yourself?
Oh yeah, we
Or
all
you
get
need help?
ourselves dressed every day.
Really?
Mhm.
What's everything?
Yeah, the trick. Yeah, she got herself dressed. The trick is that you tie the bows in the front, and then you just kind of shimmy it around to the back, so nobody knows.
Yeah. How do you do that?
Yeah. Well, hopefully not with dislocating the shoulders.
We've had days
why
where
you're
the
flexible.
heat's still catching up with the sudden temperature change.
Oh,
So we've just grabbed the jackets and popped those on, you know, to keep working around in the warehouse. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's a great little quick, easy comfort thing.
Yeah. It works well. Yeah. I love it.
I've worn powdery to weddings. You know, a little bit more formal black typically for the fabric, and those are usually
Kind of like
more
what my
like
hubby
this
is
one.
wearing here. Yeah.
And then with these ones,
So
these
that's
are
what you would wear
family
to a
crests.
Japanese wedding?
This would be a more formal type of jacket that you could wear. So either in lieu of a suit coat, or if you were wearing more formal kimono, then this would be an appropriate jacket that you could pair with it. Mm-hmm. And part of the way that you can tell is because of these little symbols on here. These are called kamon. These are actually family crests. So the more crests you have on a garment, the more formal it is. So this one has 5 crests. That's the most that you can have. So you have the 2 on the front, you have the 2 on the back of the sleeves, and then you have 1 right here in the middle of the back.
And what is this?
So this is the Watanabe clan. So that's what that symbol stands for. This is pure silk that's been dyed, and then this had resist put on it in the dyeing process so that this part, you know, would show through for the pattern. Mm-hmm. Yay!
I hope that was in frame.
Yay! We hope. Cool beans. We'll let you pass on through here. Very kind of different general sizes for different general groups. So.
I know.
The detail they get on these.
I learned from your sister. Okay,
As long as one of us is handling it, that's the important thing.
What I have one question though. What are the boxes up on top?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So those are kind of fun. You're getting a sneak preview for Black Friday because I know that you. So online, we normally do a really big blow up for Black Friday every year, right? So this year, these are actually what we're calling our Tour of Japan boxes, where in each box we focus on a different region of Japan. So in this case, this is from the Kyushu area, right? But inside the box, what you're gonna get, it looks kind of like a travel trunk with all the travel stickers. And inside, you have all items that come from or are related to Kyushu. So if you're familiar with like the little passports kind of thing, if you have kids, then, you know, this is the same kind of thing. So it's all different items like that. You'll have, you know, fun things like keychains and stickers and everything like that. And then we haven't printed them yet, but there's going to be little information cards in each with information about the region, you know, like what's known in the region, like what they're famous for, how big it is, general population, that kind of thing.
So do you request a region, or is it you?
Yeah, we're
request
going to
a
have,
box and-
yeah,
okay.
we have, I think we have something like 8 different regions.
Oh, I was
made
good
up.
on that.
So
I was
far-
guessing 6 to 8.
Yeah. Because we've got like your Kyoto, your Osaka, your Tokyo Kansai area that most people would think of, and most people, if you're going to Japan for the first time, would go to. But then we have places, like Hyogo and Fukuoka, and places that maybe people haven't heard of before. Haven't had the ability to travel to because of the pandemic.
Right.
So this is a way we can give them a little bit of that regional experience. So
What a good idea.
yeah, and everyone online will be able to pick what region and everything, and we have a couple different price points for them. So if you want it to be like a little stocking stuffer kind of thing, you can do that, or you can do the deluxe.
You can collect the whole set. Like
You can collect them
traveling.
all. So
And this will be actual on Black Friday? or
yep,
before
on Black
that?
Friday on our website. Yep.
What a great idea.
Thank you.
Good marketing tool.
Thank you. Well, and this way, it's like they can learn something about the area too. Like, yeah, they can get their cool and fun stuff, but you can learn at the same time. So we very much believe in subversive education models here, where it's like, hey, we'll snag you with the entertainment, but you're gonna learn something. Fair warning. So, but it works. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do what works.
Mhm.
I'm going to take off.
Perfect.
So nice to
Yay.
meet all of you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Best
I really
wishes to you.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh. I think this woodblock print is awesome. Yeah. Emperor, all the color.
And to be real, one of the reasons why they say that they kept it is because there's a particular pressure point on the bottom of the heel that if you're wearing the shoe properly and they're overhanging by around a centimeter, then it's supposed to hit that pressure point, and it's supposed to help with relieving pain that you would have of walking around a lot in the shoe. So yeah. The heavy ones, a lot of the ones that we do have the back plate. Some of them are the graduation style without the back plate, so those would be more beautiful. As well as for men are dressing up for something, then they can wear those too. But women wear them too for like martial arts, for judo, like archery and everything. So they're kind of gender, kind of not. Did you wear them for like Oh, absolutely.
Anybody tired? You got coffee. And lattes. Let's see. All sorts of coffee. Let's see. Let's pick a random. Here, this one. Let's look at this. Oh. Let's see. Which one should I pick out? How about this one? Oh, damn. There's so much fabric here, I can't get it out. No, I kind of got it. These are really cool. Lucky cats. Feeling lucky. There's Polar Bears Cafe drink time. I dig it. Oh. Oh, there's a whole thing here. Wow. Oh, here's some kitties playing. Hey there, kiddo. It's very playful and fun. Oh, here's some doggos. Who likes doggies? And mountains and melon dharma. Oh, I see hedgehogs. Hedgehog.
Look behind you, Gary.
Oh. I keep finding this helmet everywhere in this place. Helmet.
Here, this is a very tiny selection of what we have in the back. In fact, John, who's holding the camera, knows the giant boxes that he's helped bring over here, and there has
So much.
and they're all hidden in the back because I haven't even opened them all yet. But yeah, that is what these are. So yeah, you can use them for rice. You can use them for, you know, food of any kind. I have one small one that sits next to my nightstand. I use it as my trinket tray because it's really pretty. So
Are they for sale?
Oh yeah, we do them at $5 a shot.
$5 a shot. That's a good
Yeah.
deal.
Whatever I have the ability to list online for Black Friday, I will. As long as I get some sleep, I'm gonna try. We're at something like 1,700 pieces on the web store right now. I'm hoping to get that up to 3,000.
Oh.
Wish me luck. Send me coffee.
So is everything you have here for sale?
Pretty much. Pretty much, Jimmy. Let me tell you more.
Please do.
Excellent. So everything that you see in the cubes and on top of the cubes is currently for sale. The only things that are not technically for sale right now are some of our kokeshi and helmet displays, because we've gotten rather attached and we love them. However, if these things are of interest to people, we can order them for people.
What? Can I get that on a Black Friday deal?
You may not be able to get that on a Black Friday deal, but if you email us before Black Friday or by Black Friday, we can give you Black Friday pricing when it comes in the country.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty special.
It is.
I love it. Oh my gosh. I love you, everyone.
This is so neat.
Thank you.
People are loving it. That.
This has been a trick and a half to put together. Yes, sir.
Here, let's look at some of these fun things here.
But then you have to break the marble that's inside. So maybe I could get John to open this. Kathy.
You need help with a ramen bottle?
Yeah,
That's right up my alley.
I know.
People that are familiar with fast food anime know I can do this. Alright. Let's see if I can do it one-handed, though. That's going to be the challenge.
Oh, that's going to be a challenge. Oh.
Like opening the plastic. Son of a... There it is.
Oh.
So if people think I can actually do a live stream, let's see if I can handle this part.
They are so refreshing.
Alright. Alright, let's see if we can do it. Alright. Count me down. 3, 2, 1. Oh! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, oh. That's when you know you did it right. Right there. Right there. All right. Oh, there it goes. Oh, there goes the phone. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
A couple of important things to know about him, right? So before he lived, Japan only had paddle fins because that's what China had invented. The Japanese invented the folding fin, and that opened up new ways of doing artwork for artists. So what people like Tatsu Tawaria did was they created what was called folding fan composition, where when they laid out the artwork that was painted on the folding fan, all of the important bits of information would be laid out so they'd be lined up with the spokes of the fan. So that if you had the entire fan opened up, yes, you would see a beautiful scene, but if you had it partly closed because you didn't need the full thing, or because you're being fashionable, or because it was on display, you could tell part of a story with all the important bits of information where it would be self-contained, whether it was fully opened or not. So then this guy thought, hey, why just do that on folding fans? Let's do that on folding screens. So the room dividers. Before that time, the only kind of folding screens that really existed came from China and Korea, and they had hinges on them, right? Like brass hinges, where you would have an individual image on every single panel. So Tatsu Tawaria, an artist that he worked with, figured out how to do paper hinges so that the entire folding screen could become a canvas without anything getting interrupted. Okay, so just like with a folding fan now, with the folding screen, you could have the full thing open and have its giant glorious image, or you could have parts of it closed if you only wanted to block off part of a room or only wanted to tell part of a story, and you would still have a complete picture. Now, he is the guy that I studied for my master's thesis. He's the guy I went to Japan for, basically. Now, his disciple was Ogata Korin. Now, most people know Korin's work because of Fujin and Raijin. That looks like, for lack of a better way of putting it, it looks kind of like the green goblin and a white goblin that are kind of dancing about on opposite ends of a folding screen. It's, oh, yes, on Hirobi, actually. So most people, stay turned around, most people are familiar with this kind of image because it's on Japanese postcards, it's on travel brochures, everything like that. So even if people don't know the artist's name, it's an image that most people are familiar with. He is the person that did this scroll. Now, the reason why he is important and why all of this relates to what we actually do now is because Ogata Korin was actually a very famous kimono designer. So he created beautiful artwork that would be actually on kimono, and he created books called Hinagatabon that actually showed like the outline of the kimono and the patterning and where everything would go and how everything would be done, so that that information could be given to the kimono makers, to the dyers, so that those pieces could actually be produced. So in a weird way, even though this business didn't exist when I was studying his artwork, it all ended up being connected. So
the French impressions.
Well, yes, but we don't have time to go into that right now. I need to post my thesis because enough people have been asking me for it. But the point is that this is why we work on trying to collect these artists, and this is why we have them on display here. Because it's not just a, hey, look at something that's, you know, older than twice the age of the Constitution. Like, yes, that's a flex, but it actually has a purpose to it other than just being like, woohoo, art collection. Like, there's historical meaning to it that people should know. And it actually does kind of relate to everything that we're doing here.
So if you were to get another piece to fall in line either prior or post, what would that be?
I'm going to answer your question, but I'm also not going to answer your question. If I had an unlimited budget, and if I had my dream piece, then I would get one of Tatsu Tawaria's complete folding screens. That's what I would get. Because being able to have a folding screen done by this person that ended up, without really knowing it, knowing that he would be able to inspire artists that formed patterns on kimono that are still done in the ways that they intended it to be done to this day, that's what I would go for. So, I hope that answers your question.
It did.
But yeah.
Hi, Livestream.
Thank you for joining my mini TED Talk. So, woo! But yeah, so that's also what I was glad I was able to drop off and not drive around streets of Woodfield on a Saturday night within my car. When I went to pick up our printing materials, I had just picked those up from the framers.
I mean, my boards are practically about the same.
I mean. So yeah.
Yeah.